Well, my name is Big Ed, and I'm involved with Baby, Brothers Against Bangin Youth. I wanted to mentor some kids to better their life than mine was. Well, I started gang banging in elementary school to junior high school to high school, to 3 different areas. When first it was Eastside, then it was Neighborhood, then it was East Coast, And as time went by, it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it got like nationwide. So I didn't really think it was going to get to be that big as life went by, but it turned bigger than it was supposed to be.
So when you first started out in the streets, it was just East Side? You started out that early?
It was just East Side at 66th Street School on San Pedro and Avalon.
And what year was that?
Miss Tussin class, room 57. 69. We all grew up and we was all friends to each other. So we just like we from this neighborhood, and everybody from this neighborhood must take care of each other and watch out for each other, So we all of us became best friends from different blocks to streets to streets to streets, and we just all came together. We played football together, played baseball together, streets against streets and blocks against blocks. So we all came together. When I was little, I went to YA for some grown people trying to get us for what we done to their kids, and they tried to attack us, but I can't. We 15, 16 years old, and they grown people trying to get the kids, and I can't let that happen to us, So I end up shooting a lot of people and going to YA,
How many years did they give you?
They gave me 2 years because I was defending myself. It started on this street, but they started chasing me, and once it's chasing me, I'm not about to let you do nothing to me and you're chasing me, So I end up getting away. But then they end up catching me later, and I got 2 years in Norwalk Court because I fought it,
And what were those years in the YA like for you?
Oh, man. Gladiator school, man. Gladiator school, man. You had to fight to walk. You had to fight to talk. You had to fight. That's all you did was fight.
So when you came up, Raymond Washington was still in the streets, huh?
When I came up, Raymond Washington was still in the streets, and then he went to the penitentiary from like 74 to like 78. And when he got out, that's when he brought out East Coast.
Okay, so did you ever see him or meet him?
Yes, I grew up with him. He's my big homeboy. He lived on 64th in San Pedro and died on 64th in San Pedro. I live on 65th in San Pedro and Avalon, and we used to ride show bikes, and they used to be in their lowriders out in front of their apartments and stuff. We charge our little batteries on our bikes, and they charge their batteries on their car, and that's where I'm really inspired from, getting my street knowledge from,
Isn't that the same spot where he literally got shot on
He got shot on 64th in San Pedro at this apartment with a gauge. See, in the movie, he got him getting shot with a gun, but Batman made that movie, so he made it the way he wanted it to be, But he got shot with a gauge in the belly, and he was laying across my homeboy Al Mama 1966 Chrysler when I came back around the corner.
And what was that like when he got killed?
It was terror, man. Everybody in the whole city blamed everybody, you hear me? They was just blaming it, and seeing who really done it, they was just blaming everybody for it, But he had like one of the biggest funerals like the president, you hear me?
So what made you want to get involved with Baby and start giving back?
Because I wanted to change my lifestyle, I wanted to change from everything I do. I stopped drinking, stopped smoking weed, stopped hanging, and stopped slanging, and stopped banging,
And how long did it take to get to that point?
Well, when I got 45 years old, I really changed my life. I told my pops that I wouldn't die in the streets or I'd go to prison for the rest of my life.
But you've been to prison though, right?
I've been to prison 26 years ago. My first time to prison because I was struggling fighting police and stuff, and they set me up to go to prison. They gave me a murder first before that because I got into a squabble with an officer named Miller Garcia Dixon Schaefer on Enski, but they lied and I beat it in a jury trial. You hear me? Because they was up there lying like they never met me before, and I had this ticket in my back pocket that I had from 3 years ago when you gave it to me. So I just kept it till I went to trial on them. They tried to ambush me in my yard on Enski. One night I pulled up, but see, they wasn't out there when I pulled up. They said I was at a high rate of speed coming down Enski. I tried to run them over. But that ain't what happened. I stopped my homeboy Dursey Ed. The police went around the corner. And I'm like, for what? He like, what's his name? Said his brother around the corner. So when I pulled around the corner, I didn't see no police. I pulled in the driveway. I finished my can of Old English, and I put it in the back seat, and I shut the door, and that's when all hell broke loose. You hear me?
And why do you think the police had it out for you like that?
Because I stood up to them. I never, they were setting my friends up and everything, you know, and I wasn't about to let them set me up, you know. Everything they done wrong, I got to address it to them, you know. Like when he hit me in the head, he didn't want me to address it. You hear me? They tried to take me to a fake doctor, try to do everything to cover it up. But I got to General Hospital and I act like I couldn't see, and I stayed in the hospital, and then they let me out, and I bailed out the next morning. I went to the police station, and Millen Garcia came out there and gave me a murder. You hear me? They didn't give me no murder when you bust my head, so you gave me a murder. So I stayed in jail for 6 days for the murder, and then I got out, and my lawyer said they're trying to scare you. So what I did, instead of going down there again, I wrote a 7-page letter to Internal Affairs from beginning to end. And then that's when all hell broke loose again. They came and get me because I was on summer probation and drove me to the judge, and the judge asked me what happened, and I explained to him, and she said, go handle your business. She let me go home, and she told me to go handle my business, and I beat it in a jury trial with 12 in the box. All 12 was in my favor.
Back in the day, there was no conflict with the East Coasters and the Florences. I'm sure you grew up with so many of them.
Let me tell you something. We all had a conflict. I went to YA for shooting Florence when we were little. When we were little, we went to Edison. We was beating them up. We used to have to fight the parents after school.
Is that right?
When we get out of school, they would be waiting for us with boards and sticks and shit, because we didn't whoop their kids up at school. Like one day they gave a dance up at Edison. It's like 200 black people in the gym, and they surrounded the gym with Mexicans of the whole community to get us. So as we doing us being each other, we got to go home. So let's get out here and have this ride and take all their stuff, and we got to go home. So we had a ride at Edison and whooped them all up and got our way home, you know. So from then on out, we came to school every day and get them in the bathroom, get them everywhere we could get them at, tell it straighten out. This is a different generation, so it's not a generation like mine grain when we grew up. This generation is a whole 360 around, you know. There's nothing like when we grew up. The school, nothing like when we were on. These are wannabes. They're not actually members. They're trying to be something right now in the day. You hear me? But that's what we here to prevent them from being that. The main challenges was that the kids was defiant. You know, they was assaulting teachers. They was pushing teachers down the stairs. They was kicking teachers. They was taking their purses. They was going in the classroom. They was in the classroom standing on the tables, running around, and they didn't have no discipline until we got here.
And none of those things happen now.
Nothing happened now. They go to class faithfully. Everybody going what they supposed to do, and the school be empty. Ain't nobody supposed to be out here but me.
And how many people is your staff?
Well, we have like 12. We have like 12, and we're doing such a good job as principals coming up here looking at this school because it's the worst school, and they want us to go to their school next.
Why do you think the kids are so receptive to you guys being here as opposed to just the teachers?
Because we not the teachers, you know. We not the teachers. These are street people, so they already know we done been there, done that, and we don't want to hear none of that.
Now, when a kid does act up, what happens to them?
When a kid does act up, when they does act up, the teacher supposed to deal with it, but he don't. He calls us. He wave his hand out the door. I go over there and I pick him up, and then I might end up picking up somebody else, and I bring them to detention, and I make them do standards. You hear me? And the girls over there do standards, and the boys over here do standards. So whatever you come in here for, that's what I want you to write down as standards. You ditching, you tardy, I need you to write your standards down. This is a paper of all the steps they're supposed to take before they come to us. This us way down here at the bottom look like nowhere land, you know, but they avoiding all that and jumping to right here.
So when anything happens,
they just call us. They just call us, you know. But I go to the class. I go to certain classes every day that the teachers require me to come to because she have the bad students in her class, you know.
So the teachers must really appreciate you guys here.
They do. They tell us every day, every time we here, you know, how much they appreciate us.
What if there's someone watching this interview, they're an OG from another part of LA, and they're like, damn, I want to do that work.
Yeah, they can come and do it, and we can get them hooked up in their area, because we want all the areas, you know. That's like we got all the people from every different thing. Like he from 60, he from 90, he from UG, they from every gang that's in Los Angeles working with us already. Yeah, then we even have Hispanics working with us.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.